Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada. Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada.
Jai Mishnapad, Parliamentings, Parliamentary Charis, Tadasisamad, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki, ISKCON's founder Acharya, Srila Prabhupada Ki, Srila Prabhupada's Guru Puja Ki, Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki, Prem Segahosa Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindaki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shamkund Radhakund Giri Govardhan Ki Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Shri Mayapur Dham Ki Shri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Shri Snan Yatra Ki Sri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Devi Ki Sri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Devi Ki Sri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Devi Ki Srila Prabhupada Ki Sri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Sri Hare Krishna Mahamantra Ki Sri Shinatai Gopremanande. All glories to the Sama devotees, all glories to the Sama devotees, all glories to the Sama devotees, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Okay. So everyone sit down, please. Make yourselves comfortable. Where are we going to sit over there?
Hare Krishna devotees, if you could please turn around. We're going to have our speakers speak on this end of the temple. Yes. With our hearts overflowing with divine bliss, we welcome you to our San Yatra 2025 at New Jagannath Puri. Haribol! We would like to welcome a very reverent welcome to all the leaders that we have here today. Our heartfelt gratitude and Dandavat pranams to our esteemed temple presidents of New Jagannath Puri and Sri Sri Radhanath Temple, to our youth leaders who are here today, to our Namahata leaders, And a very, very special welcome to our cherished guests, you. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your Sunday and joining us in celebrating our San Yatra festival. I'd like to give a very special welcome to all the devotees from Sri Sri Radhanath Temple. Thank you for joining us today. Haribo! Let's give them a warm New Jagannath Puri welcome. Is there anybody here for the first time today? We've all been around. Thank you. I'd also like to welcome His Holiness Bhakti Vasudev Swami and Haribo, and His Holiness Bhakti Chaitanya Swami. So today, before we introduce our very esteemed guests, I'd like to make a very special announcement that on this auspicious day of San Yatra, we are launching New Jagannath Puri's youth initiative. If you have any questions, please contact Samita Krishna Prabhu or myself after the program. A big Haribo welcome to our new initiative for our youth at New Jagannath Puri. Haribo! With that, I'd like to welcome His Holiness Bhakti Vasudev Swami. Bhakti Vasudev Swami is a member of the Spiritual Advisors Bhagavata Assembly Sabha. He holds a PhD in Applied Management and Decision Sciences from Walden University in the USA. He has authored over 35 publications in international peer-reviewed journals and has extensive experience in integration. That's calculus, if you didn't know. His preaching adventures are mainly to members of the academia, professionals, and the youth Krishna conscious development. He received his first and second initiation from Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj and sannyasi from His Holiness Jayapaka Swami. His Holiness Bhakti Vasudev Prabhu holds a memento of honor from the National Institute of Technology, the Department of Mathematics from West Bengal, India. He also holds the honor of being having the Best Presentation Award by the World Academy of Science and Engineering and Technology at London University in the United Kingdom. So, welcome Maharaj. He has also steered many projects in the early days of the movements in West Africa under the order of his guru. And he formed and is instrumental in the building of the Lagos ISKCON temple in Nigeria. And our next speaker surely needs no introduction. He's part of our family here at New Jagannath Puri. His Holiness Bhakti Chaitanya Swami. He has devoted over 5 decades to sharing the timeless wisdom of Bhakti Yoga and the teachings of Lord Krishna across the globe. He is a disciple of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. He is renowned as a pioneering social media influencer. But His Holiness Bhakti Chaitanya Swami has embraced the digital age to revolutionize spiritual outreach in ISKCON. Through his live japa sessions on platforms like TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and Reddit, he engages a global audiences, blending ancient wisdom with modern technology to resonate with the younger generations and tech-savvy seekers. His dynamic use of social media, hosting interactive discourses, question and answer sessions, and virtual kirtans has made Krishna consciousness accessible to millions, transcending geographical and cultural borders. Beyond the digital realm, he has played a pivotal role in expanding ISKCON's presence in regions such as Eastern Europe, Russia, and Africa, establishing temples and organizing vibrant festivals. His teachings bridge the Vedic philosophy with contemporary life, emphasizing compassion, self-discipline, and the transformative power of bhakti. Equipped with academic training in philosophy and journalism, he presents ancient scriptures like the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam with scholarly depth and relatable simplicity. A prolific author, speaker, and digital content creator, please, New Jagannath Puri, welcome His Holiness, Bhakti Chaitanya Swami. You can speak first.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Om Gyana Timirandasya, Gyana Jana Salakaya, Saksura Militam Jena Tasmai, Sri Gurave Namaha. Panchakalpataribhyacha, Kripasanambhyayevacha, Patitanam Pavanabhyo, Vaishnavyo, Namo. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pistaya Bhutale Samad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Itinam. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharane Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Pasatyadi Satari. So, we welcome everyone to New Jagannath Puri temple, and today we have in this wonderful ceremony that was enacted several years ago. Indra appeared actually in the Satya Yuga. And so this ceremony we conducted today was done millions of years ago and is still in existence. So it shows the sustainability of the Jagannath Snan Yatra. Something is sustainable when there is no interference and it keeps growing. And we see Prabhupada brought the worship of Jagannath to the West. He started it with, in America, he had his own disciples conduct Ratha Yatras. And so, especially those of you who are born in this country, you're lucky. Prabhupada came to this country in his mission to spread Krishna consciousness in all nooks and crannies of the world, having received an instruction from his spiritual master to come to the West or move out of India, the comfort zone of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, and come out of India to spread Krishna consciousness. So we have all benefited from Prabhupada's fulfillment of his Guru's instructions. And the very ceremony that we have today, the Snan Yatra, is described in the Skanda Purana, how it's been up to today in Jagannath Puri. How many of you have been to Jagannath Puri? A pretty number of people. So in Jagannath Puri, what we did this morning, conducting this Snan Yatra, originates in Jagannath Puri. It's described how the tribal priest will go to fetch water from different holy places and bring these holy waters to the temple, set them up for the next day's program. And it is also described how they will cover their mouth and even their nose when they're going out to fetch this water for fear of contamination, even from their breathing. I was just reading that, how 132 vessels, golden vessels, were used in just fetching the water to bathe Lord Jagannath, Baladev, and Subhadra. 132. And then this water was set up in different big bowls for the bathing. 108. And so the idea or the understanding is that this is not something that is just starting today. And Lord Jagannath, Baladev, and Subhadra have been worshipped for millions of years. In fact, in the Skanda Purana, it's also mentioned how Lord Brahma had asked Vishnu, now, this is a material world. How are the people in this world going to be saved? And Lord Vishnu promised that he will personally appear in a material world in Puri. And he did fulfill that promise. So this is also the difference between Lord Krishna and the ordinary living beings. When he gives a promise, that promise is definitely fulfilled. And this makes Krishna the hero. And not only does he make promises, but sometimes he even goes ahead to do the job and give the credit to his devotee. Jagannath also did that. And there are so many pastimes of Lord Jagannath. Besides just this ceremony, one of our erudite devotees from Puri himself, Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj, he had written a book on Jagannath, very illuminating literature. And we hear so much about Jagannath Puri, the Ratha Yatra in Jagannath Puri. In fact, for the devotees in ISKCON, it is very relevant to our daily practice because Lord Jagannath personally blessed the spiritual master of Srila Prabhupada with a gallon. When the Ratha Yatra was being conducted in Puri, and at that time, Bhaktivinoda Thakur was in Puri as a judge or as a magistrate. And they were living by the road there. And when the Ratha Yatra came by, Bhaktivinoda was just born, a baby. And when Ratha Yatra came by, he got stuck in front of Bhaktivinoda Thakur's house. And so Bhaktivinoda Thakur brought his son and praised it before the deity. And it is mentioned how Lord Jagannath personally garlanded Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur with one of his garlands. One of the garlands fell off onto the child's body. So, Lord Jagannath is always very merciful. And not only is he merciful to those in Puri, but he is merciful to everybody. Now, near to Sridhar Mayapur, there is also a Jagannath temple. And even in Bengal, there are other Jagannath temples. And each and every one of those temples, there is a mystery, lila, behind it. So, the Jagannath temple in the Simanta Dweep Mandir there, this story was given by Bhakti the twin brothers, the pujaris in Mayapur. One of them has left his body. So there was this devotee, Jagadish Ganguly. He was a staunch worshipper of Lord Jagannath, and he will go to Puri every year. And for those of you who have been to Mayapur, and you have an opportunity to have been to Rajapur, where the Jagannath temple is located, that is where Ganguly, Jagannath Ganguly was residing. And so he will daily, he will, on annual basis during the Rath Yatra in Puri, not fail to go. And somehow or the other, some evil omen fell on him. He got sick, he got blind. And so he was he was not able to fulfill that desire, that yearning to be able to go to have darshan of Jagannath and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because that was the period that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in Jagannath Puri. So he was so much in anxiety, and then one night Jagannath appeared to him in a dream, and he comforted him, telling him that the next morning, that in the morning when he goes to take his bath in the Ganga, that he will be touched by a log. And that log, just by touching him, his blindness, his eyes, his vision will be restored. So he woke up with this dream and he was excited. Very quickly he went to the Ganga. And exactly, that's what happened. And Lord Jagannath also told him that in the dream that when you regain your sight, you take this log to a nearby carpenter. And that carpenter is a leper. So when you go to meet him, he will refuse to do this service. He will complain and try to convince you that, look, I don't have hands, I don't have fingers, how am I going to do this job? But it is up to you to persuade him to do this service. And if he does this service, his hands, he will be cured of his leprosy. You see, Lord Jagannath is the Lord of mercy. He extends himself to bless his devotees, to help out. Although we may not even merit the help, but he extends himself. So, Jagannath Ganguly, he did the same. He took this log and went to the nearby village and tracked down this carpenter, this leper carpenter. So, he pleaded with him to carve Lord Jagannath deity for him. But then this leper, he refused. And so, because the Lord has already told Jagannath Ganguly that you have to persuade him. Because when he does this service, he will be cured also of his leprosy. And therefore, persuasion was the watchword of Jagannath Ganguly, and he was able to fulfill that objective. So this leper accepted to do the service. And then he slept with this leper all through the process. And at some point in time, this leper was complaining so bitterly because he had blood, pus, oozing from his stumps. So he also felt pity for him, but he kept encouraging him until he finished the job. And his leprosy got cured. So Ganguly, he took the deity, Lord Jagannath deity, got him installed in Rajapur there. How many of you have been to Rajapur? Yeah. Good. So we ask because sometimes people think, oh, these are Hare Krishnas. They tell folk tales. No, but they are not folk tales. They are real events. They are historical events, spiritual, historical events. So, Ganguly, he got Jagannath installed in the temple. But then, Lord Jagannath appeared to him in a dream again, and told him that he should fetch a neem tree by, the stem of a neem tree by, and give it to that carpenter to carve Baladev and Subhadra. To cut matters short, he did that. He got also Baladev and Subhadra installed, and he was fully engaged in the service of the deities. Now, the implication of this Leela, it just shows how the Lord is not professed just to be merciful, but in practice, he is merciful. Otherwise, what is the use of restoring Ganguly's vision? A blind person. See, sometimes, people come to us, can you show us some miracles? Yeah, there are so many miracles. In fact, the greatest miracle is how a living being is able to transcend all of the bad qualities they were having, say, 10 years ago. And so, Krishna consciousness is full of miracles. And there are so many Leelas of Lord Jagannath.
And some just personally designed by hand with all these messages, and some of them very sweet messages, wishing them all the best for a speedy recovery, that sort of thing. It was just wonderful. So that was one thing. And I don't know, because we do this every year here, and I don't actually know. Do you get well cards? She does, and you don't. Okay. Anyway, I leave it with you, but it is acceptable, and it's actually very nice to either do yourself or buy one with, some message, get well message, and sign it. But my suggestion is you do that. And you come along and you get your card personally delivered and shown to them and then placed there by them. I think that'd be nice. And then the second thing is the devotees would prepare all different types of potions, if you know what I mean. Different drinks, like medicinal drinks for Jagannath Baladev and Subhadra Devi. There was so much ginger tea. Oh yeah, all variations of ginger tea. It was amazing. And some even prepared, it was a special London sort of tradition, you could say. I remember the first time I got a cold when I was living there in 1973. It was still winter, January I moved into the temple. And anyway, a couple of months later I got a cold because we were going out on Harinam every morning around 9 o'clock, come back for lunch at 1, and go back out at 2. And come back at 6. This was our program. It was just Harinam. And London is, pretty cold in winter. It's not like Russia, but still, it's pretty cold. You get snow occasionally. And we would just go out. And in fact, George Harrison said that one of the things that really impressed him about the devotees in London and inspired him to actually go and visit them in London was that even when there was snow there in central London, the devotees were out doing Harinam. So anyway, that's sort of by the way. So when I first got a cold, it wasn't that serious, but it was there, it was something. So the devotees made a special potion It was called Brahmastra juice. And it was the juice of green chilies with ginger juice with the addition of sort of like minced red chilies. Whoa. It was the most powerful thing I ever tasted. And they said that if you can finish a whole cup, then you are a real brahmachari. I don't know if I finished the cup or not, but wow. It was just shocking to the system. And you'd have to wait for a couple of minutes in between mouthfuls. So the Jagannath deity has got all these variations on Brahmastra juice. Oh boy, oh boy. Some of them have honey, but the real purists, they make them without honey. It's just, ginger juice with green chili juice and so on, like I said. So anyway, why don't you do that? And I must say, I got well very quickly. I really got well. And I just wanted to get away from the Brahmastra juice. So why don't you do that? Take it seriously. Take the deities seriously. Because His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj, who I think practically everyone here knew and just appreciated so much. He told me that Srila Prabhupada told him, Prabhupada raised a rhetorical question, means a question which is not really, it's not a real question, but just for the sake of, discussion, you present a question. And the question was, what is Krishna consciousness? So Prabhupada presented that to Bhakti Charu Maharaj when they were on their own together. What is Krishna consciousness? And then Srila Prabhupada answered the question himself. And he said, Krishna consciousness means developing a personal relationship with Krishna, disguised as a process. This is what Prabhupada said, that it's the development of a personal relationship. That's what it is. It's not just a formula, do this, don't do that, that sort of thing. It's the development of a personal relationship, but it's disguised as a process. Like do this and don't do that, that sort of thing. And even, of course, Prabhupada referred to it as a process on numerous occasions. But that's, it would appear to me, it's just sort of like just because it's the sort of language people understand. And Krishna consciousness in certain respects looks like that. You got to chant 16 rounds, follow 4 regulative principles, and not 15 rounds. Yeah, and you can do 17, that's okay. But, 16 rounds and 4 regulative principles and devotees, not 3. In sort of modern educational circles, 3 out of 4, 75%. Normally you'll get a pass, isn't it? If you sit an exam, you get 75%. Normally you'll get a pass, even a fairly good pass. But Krishna consciousness, you got to get 100%. Got to follow all 4 regulative principles. So yeah, it looks like a process in certain respects. It looks very much like a process. You know, we have Mongol artis a certain time. And when Prabhupada opened the Krishna Balaram Temple in 1975, Madhavi Prabhu was there. He went back actually to Radharanath to give the class there just now, but he was personally present for the opening, and that's where he got his first initiation. But Prabhupada stayed on after the opening, and he was sort of inspecting everything to see how they're doing. Because, you know, new temple, big temple, in very extremely important place where there's a lot of people, particularly in those days, a lot of people who didn't really take us so seriously. You know, the white devotees, what is this all about? So Prabhupada stayed on for a while just to check things. And one morning, Prabhupada was there for the deity greeting, standing next to the temple president. And the conches were blown and the curtains opened. And Prabhupada asked the temple president, because there and today, till today, the deity greeting is at 7:15. Here, of course, I mean, in South Africa, generally it's at 7. But there at 7:15. So Prabhupada, the conches blow, curtains open, and Prabhupada asked temple president, you know, as the curtains are opening, what's the time? And temple president said, Prabhupada, it's 7:15. And Prabhupada said, and how many seconds? And temple president said, and 15 seconds. And Prabhupada said to him, you are 15 seconds late. So, you know, sounds like a process. Do this and don't do that. You know, but like I said, we've got to do things right. We don't want to do things wrong. We really don't want to do things wrong. But it is actually, what it really is the development of a personal relationship. But, you know, we've got to follow our 4 regulative principles, because if we don't, if we're only doing 3 out of 4, what to speak of 2 or less, then our consciousness will be such that, you know, it's like too materially infected. And Krishna is purely spiritual, so we've got to come to that as pure a level of spirituality and as much as possible free from material contaminations as possible. Otherwise, it's like, you know, a sick person walks in, someone who's got some serious illness. Maharaj was talking about this Jagdish Ganguly, and he approached the carpenter, or wasn't a carpenter, or carpenter, who had leprosy. And leprosy is highly contagious and deadly. As far as I know, there's even still no cure. So if someone with leprosy comes in, then anyone who knows what's going on will immediately go out. So, you know, of course we are what we are, and we can't imitate and sort of play games with Krishna, try and show off. But we've got to really try to become as pure as possible, and including becoming free from the diseased condition, which means attraction to intoxication, illicit sex life, meat eating, gambling, all these things. Even you know, intoxication, no tea. Some people can't believe it. Yeah. No tea. I remember we were at Mother Yashoda's birthplace just out from Nandagram in Vrajmandala, in this nice temple and nice devotee named Mohan Das. It was like maybe not 30 years ago, but at least 20. And this Mohan Das, he was so nice, such a gentle old devotee. And he asked, and what he said, listen, just sit down, I'll milk the cow and heat it up. So he did, but he put tea in it. And so we had to apologize and say, sorry, we don't drink tea. He said, oh, wait a minute or two. He went and milked the cow again and then gave us hot milk. So, even tea, I remember, I think I've mentioned many times how when I was there in London, we would go out on Harinam, the police would chase us, we would run. We called it doing a lega. So we would do, this was like every week, at least once or twice. And then later, in 73, we started doing books. That's like when book distribution really started in that part of the world. And we would get arrested, and I would get arrested on average once a week. So I should have kept track of how many times, but it was at least between 50 and 100 times I got arrested. And so, as I say, devotees, you are looking at a criminal. Beware. Watch out. So anyway, they would give us a ticket. They'd normally just give us a ticket, and we'd have to come into the court the next morning, and then go into the back where all the people waiting to come before the magistrate are assembled. And usually, they're not the best people, really. But on the wall, there were stickers saying, do you have a drinking problem? Call Alcoholics Anonymous. Do you have a drug problem? Call Narcotics Anonymous. And a couple of other anonymouses. But there was another one, would you believe? Are you ready? Tea Drinkers Anonymous. Because it's not anyway, you can laugh, that's okay. It's no problem. But you can get addicted. It's addictive. It's mildly addictive. And they told us that sometimes they get these little old ladies, like in their 70s and older, and they just got to have, some of them have like 35 cups of tea a day. So yeah, no tea and no coffee. Because these are contaminations. And we got to avoid that. Yeah, because they're all part of the disease, the sick and sickening condition of being a conditioned soul. So we got to try and prepare ourselves so we can at least start approaching Krishna. But so therefore it looks like a process, but it's not just, and it's not exactly a process. It's the development of a personal relationship. So like I mentioned, you got a week now or thereabouts. Take it personally. Oftentimes people tell each other if someone feels offended, don't take it personally. Here we're telling you, take it personally. Take it very personally in relation to the deities, and send them a get well card. It's the digital age. Send send them a WhatsApp, a recording, and hopefully the pujaris will play it. But anyway, take it personally, because it's great. And the more we take it personally, the more Krishna will take us personally. The more he'll appreciate us, because it's reciprocal. That's how it works. It really is. If you give mercy, you get mercy. If you really try to serve, then you'll be served. If you really, like this, all these things, it works like that. Krishna consciousness is personal and highly reciprocal. So, how's this? I think you should all do this, something, one or two or whatever of these things. And I feel sure that if you do, you'll see how Jagannath, particularly, and Baladev and Subhadra, they reciprocate, they do something. Something happens, out of the ordinary, and something nice. Anyway, we pray that'll happen. If it doesn't happen, I'll give you your money back. How's that? But it's free anyway, so go for it. Yes, right. So we're here as devotees, or really we're here as aspiring devotees, would be, hope to become devotees. Because we're all coming from, the wrong place. In America, some of them call it left field. Left field means you're out of it. You're just, you're really not in a good state at all. So that's where we all come from. Even you come from a Hindu background, but it's all left field. It's just not really. It's certainly not what you're meant to do, what are the right things to do, and generally not what the Lord really appreciates, much at least. Anyway, whatever you are, you are. In fact, between, who was it? Was it maybe it was Advaita Acharya, said to Lord Chaitanya, it was either him or Lord Nityananda, that whatever you are, but I love you. So whatever you are, but he loves you. He does. If he didn't, you couldn't, not just wouldn't, you couldn't be here. You wouldn't be able to chant. What to speak of 16 rounds. So, whatever you are. But he loves you. He loves us. And now is a special opportunity to reciprocate. By doing something a little special, a little different, and something really sweet and nice. Yes, and come, and devotees would gather. Like I say, I don't know if they still do it so many years later, but the devotees would gather in the evenings and sing very gentle bhajans, very soothing, like with very soothing tunes, and very sweet and just so nice, for the pleasure of Jagannath Baladev and Subhadra Devi. In fact, in Berry Place, generally every night they just do it for the deities anyway, Radha Landanishwara. But that's another thing you can do. Take some time out and come and sing. Sing them to sleep. Yes, really try and sing nicely. Yesterday was, I don't think it's in our calendar, it's not officially, but it's celebrated amongst the Hindu sort of diaspora as Hanuman Jayanti. So we were up in near Hawick, and we had a nice program there for Hanuman. And we told some Hanuman Katha and all that. And it was great. It was really nice. Because Hanuman, Hanuman is very special because of his mood of service. There is a list, we have the list of 9 main devotional activities. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma, Nivedanam. In Nectar of Devotion, anyway, here and there you'll find that there are certain devotees, or there is a certain devotee who sort of epitomized the performance of one of those activities. Yeah, like first is Shravanam, hearing. So that's Maharaj Parikshit. Then next is Kirtanam, chanting. That's Shukadev Goswami, who chanted to Maharaj Parikshit. And then there's people for all the others. And for serving, servitude, the example is Hanuman. Yeah. And this is not just sort of, some relic left over from your Hindu days or sort of regular Hindu days, but this is Krishna conscious. This is Ram conscious. So it's acceptable and it's very nice. And there's one very nice pastime of Lord Ram with Hanuman, which is, anyway, very nice pastime, which is in Valmiki Ramayana, or means, there are many versions of Valmiki Ramayana. It's in all of them. And that is that after the great battle, the killing of Ravana, the saving of Sita Devi, and all that, installing Vibhishan on the throne of Lanka. After all that, everything's over, basically. All the sort of excitement is over, and they're about to leave for Ayodhya. But Lord Ram decides, I have to reciprocate with everyone in my army for all that they did, how they fought, how they helped me. It all contributed to the killing of Ravana and the rescuing of Sita. So I have to reciprocate with all of them. So he called all of them, and there was really a lot, but just really a lot, millions. And one by one they came every few seconds. Yes. Secret little discussion. I have to go on the altar and do arati. But anyway, I'll finish with this one. This is nice. So everybody got something. Something means some gold, some jewelry, some diamonds. Everyone got something like that. But Hanuman was not there. Hanuman was sort of standing back out of the way somewhere. So then Lord Ram finished. Everyone got something, he thought. But then who should appear but Hanuman? And Lord Ram said, oh, Hanuman, where were you? I've been giving out gifts and like that of appreciation, but you weren't here. And now I've given everything away. I got nothing more to give. And Hanuman said, that's okay. That's fine. Because I don't want something like that. What I want from you, you still have. And you can give it to me. So Lord Ram's sort of intrigued. And he asked, okay, well, what do you want? And Hanuman said, what I want is just the smallest, tiny little thing. It's just so tiny. But you've still got it, and that's what I want. And so Ram said, come on, tell me, what do you want? And Hanuman said, all I want is your name. Yeah, that's all I want from you. Because it's very small, but it's everything. So Lord Ram was very happy to give his name to Hanuman. And so Hanuman is sort of like the proprietor or something like that of the name of Lord Ram. Yeah. So, and we all chant every day. And hopefully we all chant 16 rounds or more. But, yeah. So this is a very special thing. And in this festival, we're coming to the Rath Yatra in a few days. And we'll be going down through the streets down there. You all know, you've all done it before. If all of you have done it before, right? Except Maharaj. Not here at least, anyway. He'll be there with us. So yeah, really get into it because it's so special. It's so special. Hanuman felt, I just don't want anything else. Just give me your name, that's all. Ram. And I'll be happy. And anyway, it's everything. So what can I say? So there you go, devotees. Try and take it seriously. Try and do some service. Give a card, give some, I don't know about Brahmastra juice, because then it'll be Mahaprasad and you'll have to drink it. And I tell you what, that'll wake you up. Sure, will it wake you up? But do something like that and come and sing. Yeah, I don't know what time, but come in the evening and sing. And Hare Krishna. Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Devi Ki. Shri Jagannath Rath Yatra Mahotsava Ki. Go Premanande. Haribol, Haribol.
Hare Krishna. Let's have a new Jagannath Puri round of applause for 2 speakers. Haribol. And we'll take Maharaj's instructions directly to our hearts and make all the cards and present it here to our pujaris to offer. Please forgive me, I did not warmly welcome His Grace, Medhavi Prabhu. Please give a new Jagannath Puri welcome to His Grace, Medhavi Prabhu. I'd like to now hand you over to Her Grace, Champakalata Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So, as you've all been here participating in this very auspicious Snan Yatra program this morning, we look forward to having you at our Festival of Chariots. I think both of our very senior devotees in our movement who have addressed us this morning have emphasized the mercy that flows from Lord Jagannath and the participation in this festival. So my task this morning is just merely to give you a breakdown in terms of what you can expect at the festival and the various aspects that you could be involved in. So I just want to run through this very quickly with you. So some of the things, let's firstly acknowledge that we've had already 3 visiting devotees with us this morning. His Grace Medhavi Prabhu, His Holiness Bhakti Chaitanya Swami, His Holiness Bhakti Vasudev Swami. We are still excitedly anticipating the arrival of various other swamis, initiating gurus, and other senior devotees to come to our shores within the next few days, and those include His Holiness Indradyumna Swami Maharaj, His Holiness Bibi Govinda Swami, and I believe Bhakti Mark Swami has already arrived, right? He arrived 2 days ago, and he's busy preparing the devotees who are participating in the dramas. So we'd like to, we look forward to those dramas as well. We have His Holiness Ram Govinda Swami, whom we were expecting as well. And other senior devotees include Her Grace Nitai Sevani Mataji. Many of you may have or may be following her on social media, so we're very fortunate. Their first visit to South Africa, together with her good husband, Samba Prabhu. And for the first time coming to South Africa is His Holiness Bhakti Prachar Parivrajak Swami, all the way from India, from Sridham Mayapur. So we look forward to having him with us as well. And amongst our national leaders in South Africa, we already have Smita Krishna Prabhu here with us. He'll be very actively involved at the festival. Govardhan Prabhu, who is also our co-GBC and actually the chairman of the governing body commission of ISKCON internationally, will be here. We have Savya Sachi Prabhu, who's going to be joining us, and other leaders from all parts of South Africa coming along as well. But without further ado, let me just tell you about the chariot parades. Let's start off with the chariot parades. We know that we are only going to have darshan of Lord Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra Maharani on Friday at the first chariot parade. So we expect to see all of you there. As much as it has been published that the chariot parade commences at 11 o'clock outside the Tropicana Hotel on Friday, we are going to be there earlier than 11 o'clock, aren't we? Yes. Lord Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Devi ki, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So as we prepare for the aarti, just bear with me for a few minutes, please. I just need to share these very important details with you. So as I've mentioned, we should not arrive after their lordships have arrived. So we're humbly requesting you all to come in by 10:30 a.m. to have a nice roaring kirtan as we welcome the deity's arrival at the festival itself. So some of the highlights of the festival include an opening ceremony where all these special guests will be at the opening ceremony. We also have, buses provided. On the Friday morning, I believe there's a bus that's going to be leaving here from New Jagannath Puri. For those of you who require transport, please contact the temple authorities here. There will be a bus leaving from NJP to the festival site. There will be a shuttle service from this festival site, so you can park just above the festival site at the parking lot alongside Grosvenor Court. And from there, you can board a shuttle to the start of the parade. We have, I'm very mindful of the time, so I just want to run through this very quickly, and I can see many of you getting very anxious. So some of the highlights include the stage program, the cultural entertainment program, where there'll be, songs, dances, and I think of special mention is each night, the Friday night, the Saturday night, and the Sunday night will be the drama, Vamana, produced, directed, and presented by His Holiness Bhakti Mark Swami. We will have an initiation ceremony on the Sunday. There's a fireworks display on the Saturday evening. And the return parade is on the Monday at 5 p.m., leaving from the festival site and returning there. So please share that information. Of course, there's various tents. I have been requested by the coordinators of these tents, the Krishna's Kids Carnival. There's a host of activities, indoor and outdoor activities for the children, which include clown shows, storytelling, crafts, and the outdoor activities are mini swing boat, horse carousel, rocket ride, foam pulpit, and lots more. There's also going to be a junior master chef, a mini Rath Yatra, and a treasure hunt. The Bhakti Cloud devotees, our youth forum, They have two special additions to their normal activities that they attend. And the one is extremely interesting. It's called an escape room. And the pitch for this is that reality isn't what it seems. You have 20 minutes to solve the clues, uncover the truth, and break the cycle of illusion. Only wisdom can set you free. So there are 4 sessions, 4 people per session. You've got to book those sessions. Please follow us on our social media platforms, Facebook and Instagram. All these details you will find there, how to book. But I think of what is notable to mention here is that the team with the fastest time will win double tickets to the Gita Code. Yes, people, His Holiness Bhakti Swayam Bhagavan Keshava Swami will be back with us soon. Not at the festival, but you'll win tickets. Okay, and I think we are running out of time, so please follow us on our social media platforms for further details, for the bus timings, for the programs that will be held here at New Jagannath Puri, because this week His Holiness Bibi Govinda Swami will be here having kirtan this week in the evenings. Please assist us in whatever way possible, and please do some service at the festival. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pasyatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Jagannath. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Ram, Hare Hare, Hare. Jai Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Keep it not fast. Don't speed up. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Oh Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki. Jai Jagannath. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Gaur Premanande, Gaur Premanande, Gaur Prem. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Oh Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Jai Jagannath Baladev. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Oh Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Everyone together. Hey, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Here we go. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, oh Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare. Go pray. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, oh Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hey, 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 hey. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Golok Premadam, Sri Harinam, Sankirtan Yajna, Ki. Hey, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hey, 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 hey. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Everyone chant louder the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hey, 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 hey. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hey, hey, go, go. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Go, 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 go. Hey, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So everyone, hands right up in there. Jayo Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jayo Baladev, Jayo Subhadra. Louder. Jagannath, Jayo Jagannath, Jayo Baladev, Jaya Subhadra. Everyone, from the bottom of your heart, with all the love you have, one more time. Jayo Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladev, Jayo Subhadra, Jaya. Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra. Hey, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra. Hey, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai